If you're over 50, there's something important we need to talk about. You've lived through decades of changing health advice, from the days when butter was bad and margarine was good, to now when everything seems to come with a warning label. You've likely been told to take more pills, see more doctors, and accept that aches, fatigue, and disease are just part of getting older. But what if that's not the whole story? What if one of the strongest protectors of your health isn't sitting in a pill bottle or a prescription pad, but in your own kitchen? In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 everyday foods that can seriously impact your health after 50. 4 of them could be increasing your risk of cancer without you even knowing, and one of them might help protect your body in a powerful, natural way. Before we start, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Just drop your state or city in the comments below. And if you have any natural health tips of your own, feel free to share those too. Someone else might really benefit from hearing what's worked for you. Point 1. The hidden risks of processed cheese after 50. Processed cheese isn't like the real cheese your grandparents might have had. It's a mix of dairy byproducts, added fats, preservatives, and chemicals to make it smooth, stretchy, and long-lasting. What gives it that creamy melt is not natural, it's often thanks to synthetic emulsifiers and hydrogenated oils. These ingredients are designed for convenience, not for your health. A recent study from the Institute of Nutrition and Health Research in Barcelona found something alarming. People who regularly eat processed cheese may face up to a 23% higher risk of developing cancer cells compared to those who avoid it. That's not a small number, and for those of us with slower metabolisms and weaker immune systems in later years, the risk is even more important to take seriously. One of the biggest problems in processed cheese is saturated fat. This kind of fat builds up quietly in your body and triggers low-level inflammation, the kind you don't see or feel right away, but that wears your system down over time. And inflammation has been linked by many experts to serious health problems like cancer, heart disease, and arthritis. Also troubling are trans fats, often found in these products. According to the World Health Organization, just 2 grams of trans fats per day can raise the risk of cardiovascular death by 34%. That hits harder for older adults whose bodies aren't as quick at breaking down toxins. Now, if you've already eaten a fair share of processed cheese in your life, don't panic. You can balance it out. Herbs like basil, parsley, or arugula, added to your plate, contain antioxidants that may help your body manage the inflammation. It's not a cure, but it's a smart little trick. Better yet, cut back. If you're over 50, try to keep processed cheese intake to 1 slice or less per week, that's about 25 grams. And consider switching to natural cheeses made from goat or sheep milk. These tend to be easier on digestion and often don't contain all those hidden additives. Point 2. Are you eating tomatoes the wrong way after 50? Let's talk about lycopine, the powerful antioxidant found in red fruits, especially tomatoes. Lycopine helps your body fight free radicals, which are unstable molecules that can damage your cells and increase your risk of cancer. It also supports your heart, lowers inflammation, and protects your DNA from oxidative stress, a major cause of aging and disease. But here's the catch. Most people eat tomatoes raw, thinking they're doing something healthy. And while raw tomatoes are still good, your body only absorbs about 20 to 30% of the lycopine when it's raw. That means you're missing out on most of the protective power this fruit has to offer. Now here's the good news. When you cook tomatoes, even just gently, the lycopine becomes up to 3 to 4 times more bioavailable. That means your body can absorb 80 to 90% of it. And it gets even better when you cook them with a small amount of extra virgin olive oil. The healthy fat in the oil helps carry the lycopine into your cells more effectively. It's a simple combination that turns your tomato sauce or stew into a true anti-aging meal. But be careful not to overdo the heat. Frying or burning your tomatoes can destroy the nutrients. Just a light simmer on low heat for a few minutes is enough. Think of it as unlocking the natural medicine hidden inside the tomato. Now, cooking tomatoes is just one part of the picture. Lycopine works best when your overall diet is clean. If you're still eating a lot of processed snacks, sugary drinks, or fried foods, they can cancel out the benefits. Inflammation from those foods creates an environment where even healthy nutrients struggle to work. So here's a better approach: gently cooked tomatoes, paired with olive oil, and enjoyed alongside fresh greens or whole grains. Not only is it tasty and satisfying, it's one of the easiest ways to protect your health without needing any pills. Point 3. The truth about canned fish: what's hiding in that tin? Canned fish is often seen as a smart choice. It's quick, affordable, and high in protein. Many older adults even keep it as a regular part of their meals: tuna sandwiches, sardines on toast, or canned mackerel tossed into a salad. And yes, fish itself is one of the best foods you can eat. It supports brain function, heart health, and gives your body essential omega-3s. But here's the problem: it's not always about the fish, it's about what it's packed in. Most canned fish today is stored in refined industrial oils, like soybean, sunflower, or canola oil. These oils may seem harmless, but they're often heavily processed and high in omega-6 fatty acids, which are known to trigger inflammation when not balanced properly with omega-3s. Over time, chronic inflammation doesn't just cause aches and fatigue, it's been linked to cancer, heart disease, arthritis, and other age-related conditions. It gets worse. During the canning process, especially with oily fish, high temperatures can cause oxidation. This releases harmful byproducts like aldehydes and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs. You won't see them on the label, but they can build up quietly in the body, and according to the World Health Organization, they've been flagged as possible human carcinogens. Now, you might be thinking, I only eat 1 can a week, is that really a big deal? But that's where habits sneak in. It's not just about one meal, it's the repetition over time. As we age, our bodies become slower at filtering out toxins. So, what didn't affect you at 30 might have a bigger impact at 60 or 70. But here's the good news: you don't have to give up canned fish entirely. You just need to make better choices. Look for canned fish packed in extra virgin olive oil or spring water, ideally labeled BPA-free, wild-caught, and with no added preservatives. These options may cost a little more, but they offer peace of mind and much better nutrition. And when possible, choose fresh or frozen fish instead. Whether it's lightly grilled, poached, or baked, fresh fish delivers all the health benefits without the industrial packaging and chemical exposure. Point 4. The hidden dangers of packaged fruit juices. Let's talk about something most of us grew up believing was healthy: fruit juice. A glass of orange juice with breakfast, maybe apple juice in the afternoon. It feels refreshing, familiar, and even comforting. And if you're over 50, you might still be starting your mornings with it, thinking you're making a smart choice. But here's the hard truth: most packaged fruit juices are not what they seem. In fact, they might be quietly working against your health. Here's why. Packaged juices, the kind that come in boxes or bottles from the store, are usually highly processed. That means they're heated, stored, preserved, and often stripped of their natural nutrition. What you're left with is a sweet drink that might taste like fruit but behaves more like soda inside your body. One major issue is free fructose, the kind of sugar that floods into your bloodstream quickly. Unlike the natural sugars you get when eating a whole orange or a handful of berries, this processed form doesn't come with fiber to slow it down. So what happens? Your blood sugar spikes. Your insulin kicks in hard. And over time, your body starts to show signs of inflammation, weight gain, and even insulin resistance. These are the quiet markers that set the stage for serious illness, including cancer. A 2024 report from the American Institute of Nutrition and Food Safety confirmed it. Most store-bought juices offer very little vitamin benefit because the pasteurization process destroys heat-sensitive nutrients like vitamin C and E. What's left is a sugary liquid with a long shelf life but no real support for your immune system. Now think about this. If you drink just 1 cup of packaged juice per day, you're taking in over 7,000 grams of sugar per year, and that's without the fiber, enzymes, or antioxidants you'd get from eating the whole fruit. That sugar builds up in the body. And for those over 50, whose metabolism and detox systems are slower, the risks become more serious. But the solution is simple. Skip the carton. Eat the fruit. Want the taste of orange? Peel and eat one. Want something to sip? Try a homemade smoothie with real fruit, or infuse your water with lemon, berries, or cucumber. These choices keep the fiber intact and give your body the full benefit of what nature intended. Point 5. Cheramoya, the sweet fruit with a hidden strength. Now that we've talked about the foods that might be silently harming your health, let's turn to something positive, something that could actually help your body fight back. There's a fruit you may have never tried or even heard of. But once you know what it can do, it might just become a regular part of your life. It's called Cheramoya, also known as the custard apple. And if you're over 50, this fruit could be one of your strongest natural allies. Cheramoya is soft, creamy, and sweet, often described as tasting like a mix of banana, pineapple, and vanilla. But don't let its dessert-like flavor fool you. Behind that pleasant taste is a powerful mix of compounds that support your body from the inside out. A 2023 study by the American Center for Natural Health Research found that extracts from Cheramoya reduced the growth of colorectal cancer cells by 70% in lab conditions. That's not just a small benefit, it's a sign that this fruit contains serious anti-cancer potential. The secret lies in natural compounds like acetogenins, which help stop the spread of abnormal cells, and vitamin C, which boosts your immune defense, something we all need more of as we age. There's also a powerful real-life example. A 63-year-old man from Spain named Rafael Jimenez was told that his inflammation levels were high, a possible warning sign. Instead of panicking, he made a few lifestyle changes and started eating Cheramoya regularly. Within 4 months, his follow-up tests showed lower inflammation, better digestion, and more energy. He even said in an interview, "Cheramoya saved me from the shadow of cancer." But that's not all. Cheramoya is also rich in fiber, which supports healthy digestion and blood sugar levels. It contains potassium to help manage blood pressure and vitamin B6, which supports nerve function and mood balance, all crucial for people over 50. So how do you use it? It's simple. Just eat half a Cheramoya 3 to 4 times a week, ideally as a mid-morning or afternoon snack. Avoid eating it on an empty stomach, and never eat the seeds, as they can be harmful. The fruit is best enjoyed when it's soft to the touch, and you can scoop it out with a spoon like a pudding. Cheramoya might not be in every grocery store, but check your local farmer's market, organic section, or international produce aisle. It's worth the effort. Because sometimes, the most powerful healing doesn't come from a lab, it comes from the earth, wrapped in a simple green fruit. Point 6. Flavored yogurts. Yogurt often gets a health halo, and for good reason. It's packed with calcium, probiotics, and protein, all important for people over 50. Many older adults reach for it as a light breakfast or afternoon snack, thinking they're making a smart choice. But here's something most people don't realize: flavored yogurts, especially the fruit on the bottom or low-fat kinds, can quietly add a dangerous amount of sugar to your daily diet. The problem isn't the yogurt itself, it's what's been added to it. Many popular brands of flavored yogurt contain 15 to 25 grams of sugar per serving, and some even more than that. To put it into perspective, that's about 5 to 6 teaspoons of sugar in a small cup. It's not always obvious, either, because it's often hidden under names like cane sugar, fructose, or fruit concentrate. This matters more than ever after 50. As we age, our metabolism slows down, and our ability to regulate blood sugar naturally declines. That means high-sugar foods like flavored yogurt can lead to weight gain, insulin resistance, and chronic inflammation, which increases the risk of heart disease, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. A recent 2022 study from the Journal of Nutritional Gerontology found that adults over 60 who consumed high-sugar dairy products regularly were twice as likely to experience elevated inflammatory markers compared to those who chose plain varieties. So what can you do? Choose plain yogurt, either regular or Greek, and add your own toppings like fresh berries, nuts, cinnamon, or a small drizzle of honey if you need a touch of sweetness. This way, you stay in control of the sugar, and you still get the full benefits of yogurt without the health risk. Also, look for yogurts that specifically say, no added sugar, or unsweetened. They might take a little getting used to at first, but over time, your taste buds adjust, and your body will thank you for it. Flavored yogurt might look innocent, but it's one of those everyday foods that quietly adds up. If you're serious about protecting your health, this is one swap that can make a real difference. If you've made it this far, it means you care about your health, and that matters. Because even though aging brings change, it doesn't mean you have to give up control. In fact, this stage of life might be the perfect time to take it back. And you don't need to turn your life upside down to do it. Sometimes, real change begins with a little awareness, and a few smarter choices on your plate. If you learned something today, share it with someone else who might benefit. And if you're not already part of our growing family here, go ahead and subscribe. There's so much more to talk about, and we're just getting started. Let's walk this path of better aging together, with wisdom, with joy, and with food that truly supports the life you want to live.